Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy. On my last video on why I haven't been creating content lately, I got a lot of good feedback as far as areas that I needed to improve on. One of them was consistency. So in this video, I'm going to take a step forward in self-improvement and a commitment to you guys so you know what the future looks like for me, and hopefully that will entice you to follow along. But in this video, I'm going to share with you my plans for the future, and more specifically short term for the month of August. We got a lot of things coming up, and I want to share that with you. So I hope you stick around. Let's get to it. Okay, so before I share my plans, I just want to put it out there. You are going to see me playing basically two games, and they're going to be my main games, and that is going to be Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. Now, if you know me and have watched my content, you already know I've been very positive with Path of Exile 2. It wasn't a question for me whether or not Path of Exile 2 was going to hit the mark. It was just a matter of when. Now, it's taking a little longer than I suspect. However, in reference to Path of Exile 2, if you've been watching this guy's content like I have, and if you're not watching it, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Go give him some support and love. DM is an amazing content creator, and recently he was invited to go to the office of Grinding Gear Games. He literally was given the key and carte blanche to walk in whenever he wanted, and he did. And so he actually got access to 0.3. Now, he hasn't been sharing too much of it. He's a good content creator. He's not going to let the cat out of the bag. But he will when the time is right. However, in his latest video, he mentioned that he saw a glimpse into 0.3, and it looks like if they stay true to what he saw, that it's going to be the biggest content drop that Path of Exile 2 has delivered so far. So that's exciting news. And for that reason, I am going to share with you my schedule in reference to Path of Exile 1. I was always positive with Path of Exile 1. I played it a lot, but not as much as I have lately. This League 3.26 has really opened my eyes to the depth and just the enjoyment of playing Path of Exile 1. And it has really provided me with so much fun, and it's also shown me that the possibilities in PoE 1 are just endless from a learning perspective, from a content creation perspective. Now, I've always been weary of stepping into the PoE 1 content creation space. It is already saturated with amazing people and content creators, and I'm not talking just regular Joes and Smos, if that makes any sense. But these are people that really know how to play the game. They know every single facet of it. They know how to create amazing builds. So I was always thinking to myself, how am I going to step into this space when these guys are so far ahead? But it didn't stop me, and I walked in, and this league has opened my eyes that there is a lot of room for me to grow personally from a content perspective, and also for me understanding the game. This league has been the farthest I've gotten, the most expensive build that I've built. I started the build from scratch. Now I'm at the end game, and there's another build that someone linked to me, which I'm now aspiring to. But the genesis of this build was for me and my community. So I'm very proud of that, and that sparked something inside of me. So all this to say that my two main games are going to be Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. So that leads me to this. This is going to be my schedule for August. Now, we are already in August, and there are a couple of dates that are happening. And we'll start with the first one, and that is August 21st. Last Epoch is going to have their release. It's literally just 8 days before the PoE 2 0.3. So I am going to dabble with Last Epoch, but if the past is an indicator of the future, I don't last that long playing the new content for Last Epoch. So I will give it a go. And then the only thing that's not for certain is for how long I'm going to stay playing Last Epoch. What I do know without certainty is that on August 29th, I will definitely be playing Path of Exile 2, and I'm going to share more information for you as far as my live streams, when I'm going to be streaming, for how long I'm going to be streaming. That's going to be in another video. So we got Last Epoch on August 21st, sorry. I don't know how many days I'm going to be playing that. August 29th is 0.03. And one of the things, again, all with the backdrop of self-improvement for myself, is one thing that I started doing in Path of Exile 1, and that is start to make my own builds. Now, it's going to be a bumpy, rocky road. Now, when I say I'm going to be creating my own builds, take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, I'm doing research. Obviously, I'm seeing what other people are doing and using that knowledge into creating my builds, excuse me. And then, without a doubt, my community chat, they have a big influence in helping me make my builds. But the point of it is, eventually, 5, 6, 7 years from now, hope to gain the knowledge to be able to comfortably create and confidently create my own builds. At least that is the goal. So for the very first time, probably about a week before, so the Monday is August 25th, I will be live streaming, and we're going to be doing Path of Building the whole week, trying out stuff, seeing what kind of build I want to play in 0.3. And of course, a big influence of that is going to be what's going on, what's being said. Who knows? Maybe we might have heard of a new class being dropped. I suspect, hopefully, that might be the case. We might also, there's a big rumor going around that we're going to be getting a new act. So all these things obviously are going to influence it. But the point is, the week leading up to 0.3, I will be planning my build for that live on Twitch and YouTube. Now, also, prior to Last Epoch, so leading up to August 21st, basically now till Last Epoch comes out, I will continue to be playing Path of Exile 1, and I have my Elementalist Smite build, which is an end game, and I'm already like, I don't know, over 400 Divine into the build, plus a Mage Blood, and we're doing really good. It's almost at its final stage. I might level up another build prior to the 21st. Haven't decided yet. But my point is, I'll be playing Path of Exile 1 up until Last Epoch. And then the week of the 25th, we're going to be going and doing a deep dive into Path of Exile to 0.3. Okay, there you have it, guys. That is my plan for August. But the main takeaways here that you have for me are a couple of things. And that is, Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2 are going to be my main games for a very long time. I have very, very high hopes for both of them. Well, Path of Exile 1 is already established. Path of Exile 2, it's only a matter of time where I believe it's going to even surpass Path of Exile 1. But time will tell. And then we will dabble in with Last Epoch. I know Last Epoch has a little shade going on right now with what happened with Crafton purchasing Last Epoch. And, you know, we had our talk on my live stream when it happened. And personally, the TLDR on that is it can be very positive for 11th hour games, or it could lead to a very negative relationship. But only time will tell. I don't know enough about the situation to, you know, throw my hat in with an opinion on it, but time will tell. I'm hoping that it's nothing but positive. I think 11th Hour Games is a good studio, and they deserve nothing but success. But again, time will tell. So that's it, guys. Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2. If you want to see that kind of stuff, this is the channel. Those are going to be my two main games. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, If you can like, comment, and subscribe, I would appreciate your support. Hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.